Well, we all know that recycling is supposed to be an easier way that we can ensure we're doing our part to care for the environment. But have you ever really thought about what happens when you toss something into a recycle bin? Well, a CBS News national investigation found that Starbucks, which is one of the biggest users of plastic cups, advertises its recycling practices. They're open about it, they say, though many of those cups we found actually end up in the trash, not where they're supposed to be. CBS News Texas worked with our national team and sister stations all across the country, and they did something interesting. They used air tags to track exactly where those cups in the recycle bin at Starbucks stores are ending up. And this is what they found. Out of 36 cups, 14 went to landfills. 13 went to waste transfer stations that compact that trash before sending it to a landfill. 5 ended up in incinerators that burn trash, and only 4 we found pinged at locations that accept recycling. Environmental correspondent David Schechter sat down with Amelia Lander. She is the VP of Product Innovation at Starbucks, and he shared those results with her.
That is unacceptable. It's disappointing.
I think you're making a promise to the customer that this is going to get recycled. Are you being honest with the customer?
What we're focused on is what we can control, which is the education for our customers. And once it leaves our store, there are a number of elements that can come into play that don't guarantee that it lands up in the right place.
So the obvious question to that is why and where does it all go? Our I-Team's Ginger Allen tonight joining us with how and where we tracked recycled cups here in North Texas specifically. What did you guys find?
So, Doug, I'm going to start with the how first. Our investigative teams across the country took these plastic cold cups from Starbucks. You've all seen them. We glued an air tag down deep inside, and then we took the other plastic cup, put it on the top just like that to secure them. The I-Team then dropped them in recycling trash cans at Starbucks around North Texas. First, I want you to take a look at the recycle bins. We found not all Starbucks have these. Some just have regular trash cans, so they don't even claim to recycle. We focused on the stores with bins just like that right there, and they actually specify, as you see, trash, landfill, or recycling. You'll also notice they have those icons to show what goes where. And we do want to point out, not all Starbucks have that plastic gold cup icon on their recycling signs, like this one does right here. So you need to watch for that if you're questioning how and what your Starbucks may recycle. So next, where did the cups go? Well, we dropped these cups at 7 different locations all around North Texas, and we placed them in the recycling bins. Here's what happened. 4 of them, we got disconnected. We could not track them to their final destinations. We were able to track 3 of them. The air tag we dropped at this Starbucks in Irving actually traced to Balcones Recycling Center in Dallas. And this company's website states it is one of the largest independent recyclers in the Southwest. So this is what we want to see as customers. This is what we assume happens. It's what should happen. But we tracked the other 2 air tags to 2 different landfills. The one from Starbucks in Hurst now appears to be in this landfill in Kennedale. And then the air tag from a Starbucks over in Plano now tracks to this landfill in Plano. This is what is raising questions. This is what researchers both nationally and here in Texas tell us they have seen happen in other similar undercover projects with this company and with others.
Do our findings surprise you?
Unfortunately, no. I think the recycling system in America is clearly broken, and particularly in states like Texas. While on the one hand, Starbucks really has been thinking about this and waste reduction for decades now, and I think to their credit, making good strides on that. There's clearly much more that needs to be done, and hopefully, in the wake of this investigation, Starbucks can do its own investigation to figure out, are there ways that they could make sure that the products that customers take the time to put in the recycling bin actually make it to the recycling center.
So that's Luke Metzger. He is with Environment Texas. That's an advocacy group that actually told us the testing we did here in Texas is a very small data set. We realize that. But he does say these findings are consistent with statewide statistics, which obviously their company would be working with.
I think it was so interesting when we were watching David interact earlier with the VP of products there, her saying, she couldn't deny the data that was found, but she did say there are ways to, deal with this recycling. What's your take on how Texas fares when it comes to how we're doing when it comes to recycling here?
So we wanted to know that, and we asked that question of Environment Texas and Dave Metzger. He told us only about 30% of our statewide waste is recycled, so 30% of it. And then we wanted to know how we compared to other states. So here's a look at that. According to this national report from 2023, Texas ranks, are you ready for it? 44th in the nation. So we are in the bottom 7 states when it comes to recycling. And I want you to look closer at this because what you also see here is in Texas, plastics are actually recycled less than cardboard, metal, and glass. And obviously that's what we were focusing on here.
And it makes so little sense to people who go out of their way every day, right, to be part of the recycling process. And begs the question, you look at everything with your investigation, you talk to your Texas experts, what do they say can be done, if anything, if these are the results that we're seeing? And a lot of people out there watching this saying, hey, wait a second, I'm making a concerted effort, right, every day.
And you're trying. And that is part of what Starbucks told us is half of their mission is just to educate people about this. But they admitted once these are out of their hands, they can't always control where it goes. But here's what we can all do to answer your question. In Texas, State and Environment Texas says it's a collective effort. So we're going to go through 3 different things that can be done. Consumers need to start using reusable cups and bring them to places such as Starbucks, which will refill them. Companies need to embrace those efforts and then make sure they're following through with their recycling promises. And then finally, our advocates said Texas government should support bottle bills and container deposits to encourage us to bring those back to stores to recycle, which is actually something they told us comes up in session every year. So we'll probably see that again here soon.
Interesting. And those people who came from recycling states where you got to bring the bottles back for the nickel or the dime or something, you may have just given them all the willies, if that's because not everybody's on board with that either, right?
No.
Big problem nonetheless if they're not following through.
Very eye-opening too, because I think a lot of us make the assumption that when we put it in the recycle bin,
100%.
it's going to be recycled. So
That's where it's going. Yes.
eye-opening for sure.
Yes. I went through Starbucks tonight on the way here and I thought, I saw these people bringing out the trash. Where's that going?
She's Ginger Allen, CI team, getting some answers and diving deep into a lot of big subjects for us. Ginge, thanks.
You bet.